Hello friends, you're the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Where There Is Discord. And in the last video we've seen some horribly boring turns. Nothing happened, was terribly repetitive. We were only determining if there were attacks from the sea or from the air, which mostly didn't happen, which was good for the outcome of the mission, but it was pretty bad concerning the tension of the game. In the end we had an attack and we've lost one Harrier there, but there were no further casualties. Our problem now is here this airplane, and as long as this airplane is flying in the area, as long as this event card is on board, there will be a scramble modifier -1. So it's more likely that the Argentine will attack because it is assumed that this is kind of a spy airplane. And we have to make our Harriers force the airplane to leave the area. So this is something we definitely have to try. Okay, and then it's now the 19th of May. Let's see what weather we have. Oh gosh, so that's a 12. And there is definitely no way now to launch a Harrier. It's stormy. So we have a +3 modifier. So it's very unlikely that we... It's not that unlikely, but not... I mean, pretty unlikely. No landings. Supply -1, which is good. And we have here this reduced detection for all groups. So overall this is not such a bad situation, I guess. And there is now a Sea Harrier recovery roll required of 6 with a D6, and we definitely don't want to do that. Okay, let's do the event now. Okay, so this is now a San Carlos event card. So, and actually right now there is no effect. We simply place these cards here next to the San Carlos display, and later if we do the landings, then these cards will come into play. So let's go to the next situation report card. Okay, and now we will gain some reinforcements. Oh no, wait a second. Before I want to do that, I'm thinking now I could actually now repair. I could now repair the Hermes, because we will lose that one day anyway because of the bad weather. We cannot start anything here, so maybe we could now repair the Hermes. It's hard to say. We could do that. I don't know. On the other hand, I don't see that much of a disadvantage if it's up there. So, hard to say. It's really hard to say. No, I'm not going to repair that. That's fine, I guess. Okay, and then I'm not going to launch any Harriers and... Ah, yeah, the reinforcements, exactly. Back here we got a table. I haven't showed that to you. Here's a table, and it's the 19th of May now, so that means the Exeter will now join the fleet. And we got to find that here. Okay, so I positioned these now a little bit new. The Exeter and the Alacrity are now in the south, and the Brilliant and the Glasgow are now in the west. What about the SAS marker? Well, I think that's... yeah, it can stay there, I guess. Okay, and then let's do the Argentine naval deployment. And now it's again the detection rolls for the two submarines with a 10-sided die, and no detection here. And then we have now the detection rolls of the surface groups. And they are now different because we have this degraded detection here because of the stormy weather. So that means usually the carrier group in the coastal area would have, yeah, actually there is now a carrier group in the coastal area, would have a D8. But because it's degraded, it is a D10. And no success here. And then we have a patrol group in the search area. That would be a T10. And that is also a D10. Okay. So nothing happened here. And then we got the scramble roll, and so we have a scramble modifier of +3 because of the stormy weather, but a -1 because of that. So we have a +2. So if we roll a 3 or less, there will be an attack. Oh shit. Yeah, there is one. That's bad. And I don't want to scramble any of my Harriers. That's pretty bad now. So let's see where they start from. Okay, I think that's at least not a big danger from Trilu. So these are only the Canberras. Okay. So let's do the Nimrod check. Well, yeah, the Nimrod detected them. So now it's an interesting question. I mean, we still have a choice to launch our Sea Harriers, but we have to do the Sea Harrier recovery check. And that's pretty dangerous. So I'm absolutely not sure what to do here. Let's see first where they attack and what happens. So first let's check the number of planes. We will roll a D10, and the embargo is still applying, but the Soviet satellite data goes to the Argentine, so they have an additional plane. So that is a 5 with the embargo in place. These are 2 planes, and an additional one. So 3 Canberras. That's not so great. And now they do this. They do the detection roll, the air targeting roll. That's a 4. That's kind of risky. This is where the Hermes is and the Entrim. So I don't want to lose the Hermes, so that's for sure. So in this case, I guess I will launch. I will launch my Sea Harriers. I don't want to risk anything here. This is probably my most valuable vessel. So I'm going to launch all 3 of them. The 3 remaining here. Well, actually that's not possible because I can only place 2 in one space to intercept. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to place these 2 now here. Okay. So now I can do the target lock roll, and the good thing is, because these are Canberras, they're pretty bad, I can use a 4-sided die. So I can use 3 4-sided die, 1 for each attacking aircraft. We got a 1 and twice a 4. Okay. Nah. Here we go. Fine. And then let's try to destroy them. And we can now roll 4 dice because of the sidewinders. So we can roll 4 4-sided dice. Basically we need a 4, that would be awesome. Let's hope for the best. Okay, we got a 1 and a 4. This is perfect. Here we got twice a 1 and a 4. So that was an amazing job done by the pilots here. We destroyed all 3 Canberras. That was just great. Absolutely awesome. So the only problem now is we have to bring them back home safely. So now they go here to the flown box, and at the end of the turn we got to do this Harrier recovery roll then. Okay, so that was now the first attack, and now we got to do a second roll because we got here a very high air effort assessment level. So there could be up to 4 attacks. So let's see. Okay, that's a 7. So that's definitely too much. There will be no further attack during this turn. Okay, and then it's now the interesting part. Let's do this Sea Harrier recovery roll. I'm going to roll 2 of them. 2 6-sided die, and a 1 means that the plane crashed. Okay, lucky. They made it both safe back, even though the stormy weather. So that was pretty good, actually. So overall, that was a good and interesting turn, I guess. Okay, so let's organize this a little bit here. They go back here. Okay. Yeah. So this is the end of that turn. Okay, it's the 20th now, and the weather is clear. So that means we have a -1 scramble modifier now, and an enhanced detection. So that is definitely not good. Let's check the event. Stick it up your junta, and it says 7. Let's see what that means. Here we go. The Foreign Office is warned that the jingoistic tone of British press coverage of the conflict is having a negative impact abroad. You may deliver a stern warning to national newspaper editors or tone down their coverage. Domestic opinion falls by 1. The media reacts badly to criticism of its reporting. Reject Foreign Office pressure to act as ministers are keen to retain the support of friendly newspaper editors. International opinion falls by 1. Well, as much as I would love to let the press write their articles, I think I have to talk to them. The domestic opinion is still a little higher than the international one, so I guess I can lose a little bit here. So that goes down, and this is then the effect of that event. And now I wanna make this plane go away. I think that's now really important. So I can, yeah, I think I will send, I think I'm gonna send 3 planes there to make that one go away. Let's hope the best now. Okay, that's a 1, and I think that's fine. I think we managed to successfully intercept it. What? Yeah. Exactly, they withdraw. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Good. So at least that was a success. Oops. And that was actually pretty important, because with the clear weather, the high air alert assessment level, we're going to probably see quite a few attacks next turn, and it's going to be even worse with these, it would have been even worse with that surveillance plane in the sky. So it's definitely now a better. Okay, let's draw the next situation report card. And we now already have level 7 air alert assessment. Okay. No reinforcements. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but we're gonna place now 2 Harriers here in the western zone. And I think I don't have enough Harriers left to do more supply interdiction, because I might need them for the coming raids now. Okay, so let's do the submarine search rolls, detection rolls. Okay, nothing happened here. And the surface groups, we start with a carrier. And because we have now an enhanced detection, enhanced visibility, we're gonna use 1d8. What? That's 1d6, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was close, but we were lucky here. And then it's the patrol group. And they have a D10 enhanced, so they are coming with a D8. Okay, nothing happened. And now it's the interesting point. We come to the scramble roll. We have a scramble modifier of -1, so if we roll a 7 or less, there will be an attack, so it's pretty likely actually. Whoa, yeah, that's awesome. I'm really extremely lucky with these scramble rolls. So that allows me to land simply back here. And believe it or not, that's again the end of the turn. Okay. What's that in the water? That's number 35. Intelligence reports Argentine special forces are planning a daring raid on Royal Navy warships passing through Gibraltar on their way to the war zone. You may massively enhance security on the rock. This includes the imposition of a curfew and the closure of the Gibraltar-Spanish border. Spain reacts aggressively to this totalitarian act. International opinion forced by 1. Or do nothing. So that means this event card remains face up on the board. For every turn it remains on the board, each time a task force reinforcement is scheduled for arrival, roll 1d10 for each vessel. On a roll of 1, the reinforcement of any type is destroyed by a limpet mine planted by a 4-man naval commando team operating under personal orders from Admiral Anaya. Man, I thought James Bond is on our side. This is really crazy. International opinion forced by 1. The international community is alarmed by the spread of the war beyond the South Atlantic, and domestic opinion forced by 2. This event is only discarded if and when you make the changes outlined in case A above or when a vessel is sunk. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna accept that. Let's close the borders here. I can do this because pretty soon Operation Sutton will begin, and from that time I don't have to draw any more event cards. So there probably won't the international opinion won't probably decrease much more during this game. Okay. So, and then, if I'm not mistaken, this is now the last situation report card. Exactly, and it says Operation Sutton. So, and this card now allows me to do the first landings on San Carlos. And in turn 21, which is now the happened now on the 21st of May actually, also the Argentine will start deploying additional troops in San Carlos. Okay, so now we're going to place this Operation Sutton marker here. Just to remind us when we started with this operation. And, well, let's see. We can now try to do a reconnaissance about this event, and maybe that is not such a bad idea. Okay, now many things work in a modified and different way than the standard game does while this Operation Sutton is happening. And I have to check many things because I've done that just once, so I'm hoping not to make too many mistakes here. First, we gotta play. If we want to do some reconnaissance here, we gotta place some ship, some vessel. I think I'm gonna take that one here and place it here. On that, yeah, and place it here on that cart. And then we got to roll a die, an 8-sided die. And on the roll of 1, the vessel was destroyed during the mission. Otherwise, the reconnaissance was a success. Ugh. Okay, so obviously it wasn't. The vessel was destroyed, and that was pretty bad. Because now this will now have also an impact on the domestic opinion. Okay, so let's see. Blah, blah, blah. If any other surface vessel is hit, domestic opinion drops by 1. Okay, so this is not good, but it's definitely not great either. Okay, so here we go. So, and then we have to draw a number to determine which event this will actually be. Okay, so I randomly place that marker here, and we're gonna see what that means. I guess if we're gonna start to do the landing there. So let's see what happens now. Okay, and actually now I see that I really seem to forgotten to place all these ships here. I've seemed to forgotten the reinforcements from the 13th of May, actually. So I need them, of course, otherwise it's hard because there are troop ships and support ships and all that stuff. So yeah, we gotta place them in the task force zone. Okay, this is a little confusing. Basically what you can do is now you can place the troop ships, and each unit has its designated landing site. You can see them here. And if you cannot place them there, if they got to change their landing site, then they're going to be weakened. So that's a bad idea to do that. Okay, so let's see. We got the Canberra, for example. That is a troop ship. What? That is already here? That big one? That's weird. Let me check that once again. Yeah, definitely. Okay. But I'm a little afraid to, as long as we don't know what that event is, to send in that troop ship, the big one, the Canberra, with in here. I think that's a little risky. Do we have the St. Edmund already there? Yep. Okay. So let's see where that is. This would be here. This is just a try. I'm not sure if this is what I want to do in the end. I didn't really check at the beginning where the which kind of units are on which vessel, but I think that might not be that important. The Norland is that one, but I might be wrong. This is up here, Green Beach. The Nordic Ferry. Okay, that is yeah, great, we don't have that one. Okay. And we also don't have the Baltic Ferry, so maybe that was not so. On the other hand, I mean, they would not be here anyway. I could now think about, I can take the Canberra. I mean, it's kind of risky, but who dares wins. That's what we've learned lately. Maybe we should do that. Okay, let's see. We could go, for example, here to Lookout Hill. Place them here. And what we can do then is we can... it is an advantage for us if we manage to get there before the Argentine forces do their deployment. So it makes sense to try to bring as many troops on San Carlos as early as possible. That's why I'm risking this now. What next? Yeah, exactly. I wanted to place these landing ships. These two landing ships there, and they will bring the heavy weapons for the ground units. And if they are adjacent to the troop transports, then the ground units will enter their space in full strength. Otherwise, they are flipped and reduced to a reduced strength. So that is also something that you want to avoid. First of all, you want to bring them on their target area, which was planned as their target area, and you want them there with these landing ships. Okay, in addition, we're going to place now 2 Harriers on combat air patrol here, in this combat air patrol box on San Carlos. They can also help the landing troops. And finally we're gonna place 2 Harriers here in the western zone. Okay, I think that was the San Carlos display deployment. I hope I'm right here. What about the SAS marker? Shouldn't forget that. But I think that's fine. I let it here at Rio Grande because they are very dangerous. And, well, no supply interdiction. I think we might need these remaining Harriers to defend our fleet. So let's do some Argentine naval deployment. Okay, again, nothing changed here with these naval patrol boxes. So now let's roll again 2 10-sided die for the 2 subs. Okay, one of them detected us. So we're going to place that one now in the combat display. And yeah. Then let's see, what about the carrier? It's an 8-sided die. Oh gosh, that also detected us. So that also goes into the combat display. And finally, we got the patrol ship. That would be a 10-sided die. Okay, so these 2 are now approaching our fleet. And well, let's see. We can now roll 3 dice for... No, that's wrong. We can roll 1 die for each of my vessels. So overall we can roll 3 dice for each enemy vessel. So let's start with the submarine. On a 1 or 2 it is detected. Okay, that was detected. That was very good. So the submarine goes ready for war now. So up here. And then let's see, what about the carrier group? Okay, that was also detected. So the carrier group goes off board. Very, very good. Okay, now we come to the scramble roll. And we gotta be very lucky now. For the rest of the game now, these Operation Sutton cards, the values of these cards now will apply. So we have Air Alert Assessment of 8. No modifier. So if we roll a 7 or less, there will be an attack. Ooh, definitely. Okay. So let's see from where. That's a 3, and that sucks. That's Rio Grande. That's the most dangerous one, because these are the exo sets. So that is definitely bad. Okay, what happens is we're going to place this sortie marker first to indicate that this is the first rate. And then let's check for the Nimrod surveillance. Would be very helpful now. Yes! Very good. That's a 1. So we were able to detect them. That would be awesome if we could destroy them. So these are the super étendards now. And if a raid from Rio Grande is launched, we don't have to roll, we don't have to do the squadron attack roll. They will always launch 2 planes, and one of them is going to carry an exocet. And that also means we will move this down here 1 space. Okay, now let's see. We're going to do now the air targeting roll, and this works a little different now during this Operation Sutton phase. Okay, we're going to take a black and a white D6 now. Okay, let's roll them. Okay, so the black one is a 1, the white one is a 5. If black is higher or the same as white, San Carlos is the target, otherwise the task force. If 2 or 12 are rolled, target the task force, so the inner zone actually. And this is now number 6. So this is this one here, the southwestern area. And I'm gonna scramble these 2 Harriers and place them here in this zone, hoping that I can destroy these super étendards. Okay, so we're gonna roll a D8 now for each attacking plane. And that's a 2 and a 4. That's 2 and a 4. Okay. And now we're going to do the attack. And each Harrier can roll 2 dice. So let's hope for the best now. Yeah, that's okay. We destroyed at least one of them. So that's a good thing. They don't have any air-to-air capability, which is also fine. So they cannot fight back. Okay, let's see. Okay, they go now into the flown box. And this super étendard is pushing on and is trying to attack the Sheffield or the Antelope. And it's working now a little different if they're attacking with exocets or with that super étendard. We should definitely try to destroy the attacking aircraft in a target range of 30 miles. If it comes closer, then it can launch its exocet missile, and we are in deep trouble. So let me see. Okay. So we use the HMS Sheffield's radar to get a radar lock. We have a 6, so we need a 6 or less to be successful here. And that was a success, that was good. Now let's see if we can shoot. We actually can, but only with the Sheffield. So we're going to take a 1d8 to get a number. Well, we could simply say a number and then see if we roll it, but let's do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, 2 will be the number, the target locked number, and then we need to roll again. And if we roll again a 2, we destroyed the super étendard. We didn't do that. So now what happens is, it will now launch. Now, wait a second. Now we got to check. We destroyed one of them. So let's check now. If we were lucky, we managed to destroy the one that carried the exocet. If we roll a 1 or 2 on a d6, we were successful in doing that. Sadly, we were not. So now we got to face that exocet attack. Okay. Oh man, let's see. So the exocet, we got a marker here for that, is now in the range of 30 miles. And we got to detect that with our radar. And we can also use the radar of this of the Sheffield. It was a radar number of 6, but because it's so small, it is modified by -2. So, wow, let's hope for the best now. And we managed to detect it in a 30 miles range, which was very important, because now there is a realistic chance that we can survive that. So first we have now to randomly randomly determine a target on a 1, 2, 3. It's the Sheffield. Yes, that would be the Sheffield. So let's hope for the best now. 30 miles. It hits on a 1, 2, 3, and that would destroy the Sheffield. It hits on a 1 or 2. Okay, lucky. That was a 4, so no hit for the exocet missile. But that was risky. Okay. So that was the first attack. Now let's do the next scramble roll. Wow, lucky again. Amazing. No more attacks. That was just great. Could have been up to 5. So that was really awesome. Let's go on now. I'm sorry, this is no smooth gameplay now. I have to check everything, and even with the tables it's now pretty complicated because so many new things are happening here. So what happens now is the San Carlos landing. Place ground troops from transport to the adjacent landing zone. Well, that shouldn't be so hard. Okay, we got St. Edmund. Wait a second. First, what is it with the event actually? Okay, actually I made a mistake here. I hope it's not too bad. This card should have been resolved, I think, in the event phase. Shouldn't it? No, I think it should have been resolved when this Operation Sutton marker comes into play. Yeah, exactly. And so that means that all these ships and planes should not be there yet. So if something bad happens now, I still can't decide that I might do it in a different way actually. So because I would have the information before I place these things, these ships. So it would be event number 39. Okay. So who told them we were coming then? Contrary to initial intelligence report, Argentine units are already entrenched along the length of San Carlos Bay. Yeah, great. So we didn't have any successful reconnaissance. If no reconnaissance has been conducted, additional Argentine units have deployed over the past 24 hours. This turn placed 4 Argentine units instead of the normal 2. Okay. Not great. But okay. And that was basically the only San Carlos event that we're going to see, and therefore the last event that we're going to see in the whole game. Okay, so now we can do our landings, and it says here, yeah, place ground troops from transport to the adjacent landing zone. Okay. Okay, so the Norland, that would be this one here. And you can see here, these 4 small triangles show its full strength. 3 is reduced, 2 even more reduced, 1 is nearly dead. So now they enter here Green Beach at full strength. And it's then this Canberra here, and we can choose one of them now, and this will be this one. We cannot place 2 there. There is only 1 British unit allowed on each landing site. Never more than 1. Then we have here the St. Edmund, and we're going to place that here. Okay, and they are all in full strength. If there would not be a landing ship with them, they would come here with this reduced strength. So they have less, less fighting power then, because they don't have their heavy weapons. Okay, and then we have the Argentine San Carlos deployment, also from this turn on. And now it would be actually 4 it would be 4 troops, 4 units, because of the event. Okay, and they are placed there by a D10. So let's see. That's 2, and that would be actually here. And this is now interesting because there is already a commando, and that means if there is a British unit already, place the Argentine unit underneath. So they will do a counterattack here, which means this is a disadvantage for them. The second one here, that's a 4. Okay, so this is here. So there is no British unit there. That's a 7. Okay. So we will see another counterattack right here. I think that is good for us. And finally, we have a 10 down here. Okay. Okay, so now let's see how this works. First we do the combat preparation. Let's take these two here from zone number 2. Okay, so let's see, it is not an opposed landing, because I was there first. Is there an asterisk on any unit? I don't see any. How would that look like? I don't know how that would look like. Oh man. Well, there are probably none. That's weird. Maybe of the Argentine units. Huh. Oh man. Huh. Ah, yeah, here we are. Okay, there is one. So there is none here and none here. Okay, so these are no elite units. Well, basically they were all elite units, but I think these were, or the British were all elite units as far as I know, but I think these are very special elite units. Okay. So we have to place now a counter-attack marker first here in the landing zone. Okay, just as a reminder where the fight happens and that it is a counter-attack. Okay, so if British in the row, no. If warships opposite to the landing zone, place the naval gunfire support, no. If no Harriers in cap box, well there are some. Retreat supply marker 1 space. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, and then I think we're simply gonna place, yeah, these guys here and these here. And now it works actually in a pretty simple way. Roll the indicated die on the unit, which would be a 6 for the Argentines and an 8 for me. Highest result wins. If tie, British win in the counter-attack, which is the case. Argentine, the opposed landing. Loser removes a marker from its combat display. Okay, in this case there are no markers. If no marker left, rotate counter 90 degree counterclockwise. If once completely rotated, the unit is destroyed, remove it from the game. Okay. So let's see, it's pretty simple actually, I like that. So I got an 8-sided die, they have a 6-sided die. Let's see. Okay, that's a 7, so that's my first hit. My first success. Let's go on. Okay, that's a tie, because this is a counter-attack. From the Argentines, they take more losses. And that's another hit. Very good. That's looking really good. Okay. Yeah, that was an easy win. Easy victory. Very good. So, yeah, I didn't take any losses here. And the Argentine unit was destroyed. So I guess I can remove it from the game. Okay, and then we have basically the same situation here in Red Beach. The Argentine again, 1st Infantry a 6, and the 45 Commando an 8. So no special markers here. Everything is fine. Let's see. Okay, that was a success for me. that wasn't so great. A 4 for the Argentines, so I took a hit here. Okay, that was a success for me again. Very good. Oh, damn it. That's a bloody battle here. Oh, shit. Okay, it looks not good. It looks like we're losing this one. Fuck. Yeah, we've lost that one. Well, that was really nasty. That was very, very unlucky. So they took a few hits, but that wasn't good enough. So, yeah, now these were casualties on our side. And the dream of a war without casualties is over. But of course, I mean, we already lost some Harrier pilots. And it's actually interesting to see that they have only 2 now left. So they are pretty weakened now. Okay, and that is then the end of this San Carlos phase. So now they go back into the flown box. They are ready. They are arming. Oh, and I forgot, actually, the supply goes down because we had a fight here. And these also go into the flown box. And then into the arming box. Okay. Okay, I guess until now I'm pretty lucky actually. It's definitely time to load this up. I assume it's by far too long now. Yeah, we finally started Operation Sutton. And we already control 1, 2. Well, it's not that great. We control 2 of the landing zones after the first day. The Argentine control 3. And we were extremely lucky again with all these scramble rolls. So if we continue like that, then we can be really happy. Okay. Well, it's definitely time to load this up. See you maybe in my next video. Until then, bye.